All right, cleaned up camp, and we're headed out. I got to filter water this morning and make sure that my maps and everything are working, but everything took a little longer to dry out this morning, which is not a big deal because I'll go home and dry it out when I get home, but this is where we're headed. All right, I'm gonna be heading down the Corralitos Trailhead, trail number 452. I found out just a minute ago, there was a couple people here. They had rode in on horses, and yesterday in part one of my video series of this trail loop, I had said that I thought I saw a wolf track or a coyote track, but they had told me that they had seen a guy hiking with his dog, so that makes me feel a little bit better. And but yeah, it was good talking to them. They were from Colorado. They were up here, had rode in their horses from the Redondo Trailhead, which I have not done, and hope to do that one probably in the spring, probably. But they said this trail is going to be pretty nice, and should be able to get through this pretty easy. Right now, this is what the trail looks like. So, luckily, somebody's been on this trail. I'm not sure that since there's snow on the ground, I would have been able to follow this, but it's following this creek right here. No water in it, of course, but the fact that the guy that went up here to go fishing had him and his dog makes it a little bit easier to follow. So try to follow their tracks out of here. Approximately 1 mile in on my hike, and just opened up here. Very pretty. This section that I'm doing is about 2 miles until I get to the trailhead, so I'm about halfway done with this section. Hope this shows up on video, but isn't that just cool? See if I can figure out what that is. Looks like we got a bear track. Not from today, but anyway. Got a lot of elk sign in this area, so sure there's plenty of elk out here. We just got to be lucky enough to see them. So I marked that this would be a great place to backpack in and set up camp. I'm sure in the spring there are some water sources in the area. I just have to research and figure out where they at, but just a beautiful little meadow. This trail has been very well maintained. It's a good trail, so highly recommend this trail. We've hit our trail marker. Onyx says that if I go right, I will keep going on the Corralitos Trail, and somewhere along here, and I think probably right over there, is where the Cecilia Trailhead is. So 1st of October, this would have been just absolutely beautiful. So many aspen trees, just surrounded by aspen trees. Just a beautiful, beautiful area. You can see the mountains off towards, I guess that would be Santa Fe National Forest, that direction. All right, here is my Cecilia Creek Trail head. Somebody spent a lot of time on this. There's a giant cairn way out there. So somebody spent a lot of time on this trail, keeping it clean. All right, I forgot to mention back there at the trailhead that we were about 2 miles in. Now I've got a little over 5 miles. We've dropped 600 feet of elevation, but now it looks like we're gonna climb just a little bit. You can hear the trees creaking, which is not what I want to hear right now, but a few dead trees in the area. I've seen a lot of deer tracks right now too. All right, I'm about 3 miles in, so I have about 4 miles to go. I just stopped and saw some elk tracks. They were fresh. may have spooked some elk up. Opened up into this meadow. Been fighting the mud a little bit. If I would have started about an hour early, it'd still be frozen, but this is what it looks like right now. That's where I came from. Gonna be heading that direction, but probably need some trail maintenance here. Alright, Cecilia Creek, headed that direction. That's where I came from, and out there's a cairn to mark the trail. Starting to open up, and way out there you can see some mountains with snow on top of them. That's just pretty cool. I think this is the highest point on the trail, and now I'm headed down. I'm at 10,100 feet, so got about, I can't remember, I think it's 3 more miles to the trailhead. This is what we're looking at right now. So going downhill, maintained very well. They had some blowdowns in this area at one time, but the views out here are just amazing. So hopefully this shows up on camera. If you were coming uphill, this would be a pretty steep climb, but going downhill, I kind of like it. By far, the best views are the way I'm going down, but coming up, you'd be having to turn around a lot, and I just get view after view after view going down. So I think I picked the correct pathway. I usually try to do the most up, and that would have been the CDT as far as elevation gain. I would have still got the same amount, but this here seems to be going down and getting the views, because way out there you can see towards Abiquiu. Pretty sure you know what that is, but this is a trail marker. They make a long one and then a short one, and there's another one down here, but if you're ever out here, you can look for those to stay on trail. Right through this section, the trail is pretty faint, so there's several cairns, and they've marked the trees, but the trail is not much. So if you notice here, there's 1, 2, 3 different cairns here that kind of guide you in the direction of the trail. I always suggest using something like Onyx Backcountry though, to keep you on trail. It's easy to get off trail when you're out here by yourself, but keep that in mind if you come up this trail. Right around the 4-mile mark, I got 3.5 miles left or so. But hats off to the trail maintenance people. They've just done a wonderful job on this trail. I haven't had to step over anything on this trail so far. So you can see out towards the west now, and I'm gonna follow this trail down a little bit farther, then I'm gonna drop down into that canyon for my final ascent. So getting close. So I'm following this ridge, and here in a minute we're gonna drop down again. This has been a really nice trail. Of course, if you were coming up, it'd be a little more difficult because of the elevation gain, but right now we're just following it. I was getting ready to say I hadn't seen any snow, but there's a little bit right here. I just saw a deer, a buck. I'm gonna see if he'll come out in front of me. So we'll see what happens. I doubt that I got him on camera, but he just crossed in front of me. Well, I guess he was camera shy, and you're just gonna have to take my word for it. But I saw him. He had already taken off when I first saw him. I saw his little tail flying up, but he was right in this area and ran along that edge down there. So I'm dropping down, and we're gonna go down in this canyon a little bit more and then follow it down to the trailhead. So I'm getting close to 5 miles on the day. I got about 2 more miles to go, but man, too bad I couldn't get him on film. Trail is really faint. I believe it goes this direction. Remember, if you're out here and if you ever get off trail, just go back to where you know you were on trail. That's pretty much the crux of it. And as I'm preaching to you, I got off trail, so I need to be up there. It's so easy to get off trail. You know, the animals, they come out here, they decide the trails they want to make. So we'll go up here, see if we can find another cairn. Walk a little ways, stop, reassess. And there's another one, so we're gonna go down. You can see the aspen trees way over there. Really pretty. One thing you're not seeing me do is when I get off trail, I'll stop. I don't just keep walking, I stop. And unless you've experienced Onyx backcountry, it pretty much pinpoints you exactly where you are, and it'll tell you whether you're on trail or not. So I think it's about $35 a year for the basic, which is what I have, and then $70 a year for their major membership. But every once in a while you can get a starter plan for like $1, and then of course you readjust the next year and decide what you want. But getting ready to enter into some aspens and gonna get some pretty color now. I bet you that made a loud boom out here. That's one of the biggest trees I've seen out here. It's just massive at the base. Hard to catch that on film, I'm sure. Let's see if we can get some perspective on the size of this tree. All right, made it to the sign. Means we're almost done. This is gonna be fun. I have to figure out how I can get through this without getting my feet wet. Maybe over there. Trail heads up that direction. I just checked on X, and that little creek crossing is 1 mile from the trailhead. So right now we're working our way up, so we'll see what happens. Getting close to 7 miles for the day. I think I have around a half a mile left. if you've made it this far, please consider liking this video and also subscribing. It actually benefits both of us, because if you like this type of content, it's also gonna kick similar videos out for you. So please do that. We're on a trail that's pretty wide open. And if you didn't watch part 1, please go back and watch that. That's where I go up the CDT, and that was absolutely just a beautiful trail.